Good morning, everybody. I'm a little sweaty. Done been walking for probably, I don't know, 3/4 of a mile or so. But I'm back here on a piece of public days, opening day of squirrel season here in West Virginia. I'm heading back in here to a place I've never hunted before. Got the old 22 here on my shoulder. See if I can't get a couple squirrels, but my main reason for coming back in here is looking for a place to deer hunt. I've been hunting on this property for over 20 years, and I've never ever been back in here. But past couple years I've been wanting to come back in here, and finally I'm gonna make it today. So y'all stick around, we'll see what we can find. We're gonna go back here and look for trails and sign, maybe look for some potential feed trees, because there's acorns just galore everywhere back that way. I don't know about back in here, but once we get on back in here we'll find out. But the acorn crop hit massive here in West Virginia, at least up in here where we live. I mean, it's massive. Just acorns after acorns. So it's probably going to be one of them years that you're going to have to, you may have to hike around and scout around and find that hot tree, that hot acorn tree that they're hitting at that point in time, and just set up on it until the bucks start looking for those and cruising more. But of course I'm hunting for whatever. I got the long, I don't now, of course I got 22, but our bow season comes in 2 weeks and I'll have the old long bow, so I'll be hunting pretty much anything that walks by, at least for the first one. Then maybe after that I'll start hunting for a buck, but if I get a first one. But it looks pretty back in here. Pretty big area. But I'm going to head on down in here, and I'll catch up with y'all if I find out anything. Y'all stick around. I'm talking about, guys. I hope it shows up in the camera. There's just acorns just everywhere. Look right there. I don't know how well that'll show up in the camera, but deer trail. Pretty nice one going right up over there. That's what we're looking for. I don't know how well it's showing up in the camera, but it's going right up over there. So they're coming off of that steep ridge. I'd say they're probably bedding up here on this top, because I know there's laurel back up in there. There's fields out here behind me, so they're probably coming off of the top of that ridge from bed, working their way back out into these fields back here behind me. They'll be feeding on these acorns right here on their way out there. So I brought one camera with me, but I don't know if I'm gonna hang it or not. But I'm gonna mark this spot right here, this trail on my map, because this probably be a good spot to set up. I mean, we're right here on this old logging road, but it'd be a good place to set up right here, because I don't figure there's too many people walk this road this far back in, because they're even out the parking lot. There's hardly anybody back here when we hunt. Most of the time we're up here hunting, so I'm gonna mark this spot and head on in and see if we can't find something better. And this is pretty good looking, but I like to find something really good. All right, guys, I have no idea how far I'm back in here, but I was just over there, decided to turn around and come back, because once you get over there, it just kind of turns into nothing but thick laurel, and I don't feel like pushing through that. It's starting to get pretty hot out here today, but somehow I walked right past. Hope the camera shows that. Somehow I walked right past this freaking heavy trail going down off here. For our area, that's a heavy trail. And it comes off right off up here. And you can see, I mean, they've been off in here since this morning. I mean, they got it all tore up, going right up into that laurel. And normally I'd take off up through there, but it's only, like I said, 2 weeks till our bow season. So I'm just going to mark this on the map. And the first week when we'll be up here camping the first week of bow season. And if we ain't finding much somewhere else or something, we may come back up in here and try this spot. Because honestly, sorry about the glare from the sun. I'll try to get out of it here, but I'd say these deer are bedded up in here in this laurel. I need to look on the map to see exactly what it looks like, but I'd say they're coming out of there. And of course, you can tell. I mean, I don't know how well it shows up in the camera. That trail goes all the way down through there. I don't know what they're... Try to get out of this glare a little bit of this sun. I don't know what they're feeding on over there, but my gosh, I moved over here. Let's see if this camera play that trail going all the way through there. I don't know what they're over there feeding on, but which, I mean, there's a pile of acorns, and honestly, I haven't seen too many acorns up in here, so they may be no acorns right here in this area. They may be acorns over there, and that's what they're going to. So this is definitely a spot when we come up the first week that we may want to hike back in here and check out if we're not having any luck at our normal spots, which we got one good spot normally that we always have good luck at seeing deer. Rick's missed a real nice 8-point there. Last year we had a bunch of deer out in front of us. Just nothing we wanted to shoot, but of course I didn't have the longbow with me either. But this year I don't know how good it's going to be because of all these acorns. So that's one reason I wanted to get back in here and check this out. And I've left the road a few times and ain't really seen a lot. Once I left that top where I found them first 2 trails, well, it ain't the top of the mountain, that ridge, and once I left it and found them first couple trails, I really haven't seen much for sign until I got clear back here. But and I left the road, like I said, a couple times down there and just never seen much. But I'm not seeing acorns back here either, like I was out there. And it ain't because the trees ain't producing. I don't think it's just back here. It's just there's not as many acorn trees back here. I mean, you got some red oaks and some chestnut oaks scattered around, but I haven't seen not one squirrel. But these deer are obviously going to acorns or something over that way, because that trail, most of them tracks look like they're coming down off, which means to me, when I find a trail here in the mountains, and it's a real good trail, I want to look. Especially if it's coming, I'll try to walk back up here. Especially if it's coming off a ridge like this. I try to pay attention to which way the tracks are going. And to me, most all these tracks, other than a couple, most of them's coming off. So to me, what that's telling me is that's probably more, I mean, from the way it looks up in there, it looks like bedding. So that's telling me that's more of an evening trail where they're coming off in the evenings, going out to feed on acorns or whatever they're feeding on, and then they're probably coming back in to the bed of a morning on a different direction. I mean, I'm sure there's some probably coming in back in this way, but 90% of their tracks there, I don't know how well you can tell what's coming off of there. So that's telling me that's more of an evening trail. So, I mean, now, like I said, don't take this to heart or nothing. This is just me personally. That's when I look at trails like that, that's what I look for. And that tells me, in my experience that I've had, and stuff that them deer coming off of there and eating. But, and thought I seen a deer. But, so, like I said, I marked this spot. I don't know how far I'm back in here, but for this old fat boy, I'm back in here a good ways. I got the tracker set from where I turned around up there. I want to see how far it is, but I'd be willing to bet I'm back in here probably close to 2 miles probably. Man, that's underwear. I'm back in here a ways. And it's been fairly easy walking. I mean, it's a lot of up and down hill, but I'm right at the base of the mountain, the big mountain. You got the big mountain right up in here behind me. Well, in front of me now. And I got to circle all the way back around, up against the big mountain and back down off the other side. Not the other side of the big mountain, but back down off this. I got a side hill of the big mountain and cut back down to get to where the parking area is. But I'm gonna mosey my way back out here. I mean, I may find something that I missed again. I mean, I missed that going in, so that's why anytime you're scouting or walking around, look both ways. Don't just look on your way in and just take off walking back out and not paying attention. Because, I mean, that's a heavy trail back there, and I missed it somehow coming in. But if I find anything else, I'll bring it to you guys. If not, I know this ain't been much of a video, but I ain't made one for a while, and figured I'd bring y'all along with me today. Yeah, something glare. And I'm going to slowly work my way back up out of here. See if I can get a hold of Dad. Have him pick me up. And if I can get a hold of him once I get out of here. And head back to camp. See if he sees anything. I ain't heard no gunshots. Which from where I'm at, I'd never hear no gunshots back there where he's hunting at. But I haven't seen a squirrel. So they might not even be stirring. I mean, they might be so full on these acorns that it ain't funny. But anyway, like I said, I appreciate y'all watching, and like I said, I know this ain't been much of a video, but unless I find something else to show you, but stay tuned, because here, like I said, here in 2 weeks from today, our bow season comes in. We'll have the old long bow in the tree, and be ready to smack down on something. So y'all have a good season, and I don't see you no more on this video, and if I don't get any more videos out before bow season, we will definitely see you come bow season. Thanks for watching, and we'll catch you then.